Welcome everyone and welcome to today's video. Now, as I am recording this, we are a couple of weeks away from the release of F1 2021. We are already into July and the year is flying by. And it has already been a couple of months now, 2 months to be exact, since I posted a video in relation to the VR support, or the lack of it and the lack of acknowledgement of it within F1 2021. Now, unfortunately, I wish I came with with better news. Unfortunately, I'm the bearer of bad news. We still have no acknowledgement of VR support 2 months later, with a couple of weeks away until release. To me, that is absolutely disgusting and terrible. This video is going to be a little bit of a rant because from my last two videos regarding this topic, there is clearly a big pull and a big ask within the VR community as a whole for VR support. VR is no longer just a niche hobby. It has become so much more mainstream. I mean, we are getting AAA games now that are purely dedicated to VR support. An IP like Star Wars is solely building its game around VR. I mean, which is absolutely brilliant. I mean, that was kind of unthinkable a few years ago. The same with Half-Life as well. And these games are absolutely amazing and have done really well in their sales. Now, I don't know why Codemasters are refusing to integrate VR support. And the fact of that they haven't even acknowledged it. I mean, we got a one-line sentence in an obscure article, an interview for F1 2020 that at least acknowledged that there wasn't going to add VR support. I mean, by all means, it was an absolutely, I thought it was a big cop-out in regards to their reasonings for not integrating VR. The fact of that they say that the engine or the system is very complicated to integrate VR. Well, iRacing is able to do it. Automobilista is able to do it. Assetto Corsa. I'm pretty sure they have more intricate systems and tyre models and dynamic weather that is a lot more intricate than what is in an F1 game. And it just really disappoints me. So far, as I said, 2 weeks before the release of the game, we've still got nothing. Absolutely nothing. I've been searching consistently for you guys, or pretty much on a daily basis, to see if any new article has come up, an interview, and all there is them talking about their new game modes, the breakout game mode, or breaking point, whatever it's called, and no acknowledgement of VR whatsoever. Steam normally is a good indication to show if it has VR support, even at pre-order stage, and there's no acknowledgement of VR support there. So I'm pretty much resigned to the fact that it's not going to be included. Probably EA's acquisition of Codemasters was just too late for them to implement it. Of course, like these games, they're already in development before it's even released. They were probably already developing 2022 as we speak. So hopefully EA, I mean, I do have hopes for next year, because EA are very big supporters of VR support. Obviously, Star Wars Squadrons being one of them, and a few other games with VR as well. So they are big supporters of it, and I think we may see it integrated next year. But with how the past few years have gone, my hopes are very, very low. I see you guys' comments down below in the videos as well. There is a big pull for it, and I'm like many of you guys. I have no interest in playing this game on a single monitor. I don't. It's just I want to sit in the cockpit of a Formula One car. I don't want to have it from above the halo that I see so many guys talking about or using in their games, and I can't stand that. At least have cockpit mode if you're going to use monitor, but I want to be in that headset in the car. It's the closest I'm ever going to get to sitting in an F1 car. It's the immersion factor that VR provides is brilliant. It's the best around. It's better than triples, and it would just open up so many different possibilities for this game, and I think it would be such a great selling point. Of course, I'm sure they make absolute fortunes from the game as it is in the current format, but it's available to, while it has become a little bit more geared towards trying to bring the hardcore sim racer over. There's lots more kind of intricate elements within the game now, and there's different levels that you can kind of play the game at. You can play it as a casual on controller, or you can really get into kind of the hardcore mode, shall we say, or the sim experience of managing all the engine functions and so forth that F1 modern F1 cars have. But it's VR support would just up those sales. It would up those sales, and there's clearly a big pull for it. It's a very lucrative contract, I'm sure, as well. F1, I mean, of course, it's a very lucrative sport, so surely they've got the money and the resources from this license to implement VR. As I and many others have said before, Dirt 2, which is a Codemasters IP, has got VR integrated within it, and I'm sure that has an intricate system as well, with different surfaces, tarmac, gravel, dirt, snow. So are you telling me you can't implement that within F1? I would like to have proper confirmation and to have a conversation really with someone at Codemasters of why they aren't implementing it. I mean, be honest with us. Is it purely a business decision? Do they not have the resources? Is there information that I'm missing out upon? I'd really love to kind of know just the decisions behind it, because we're not getting anything. They are ignoring a very large proportion of the community now, the racing community as a whole. VR is only getting bigger and better. The community is only going to keep on continuing to grow, and I just don't know how they can ignore it for this long. I really thought over, especially with how we've had lockdowns across all different countries across the world the last 18 months, that has done wonders for VR. In an essence, for the sales and for the growth of it. And I think in the long run, while obviously it's been an horrendous time for many people and the world as a whole, us sim racers have been cooped up indoors, and we've had our rigs to kind of get into, to take our mind off things, and we've had more time in them than we ever would probably at any other time in our lives, because we've spent so much time at home, and VR has taken a massive boom because of that, because of the amount of time that we've been able to spend in our rigs or in front of the Xbox or the PlayStation or PC. And I'm really still so surprised that they're just ignoring it as a whole. And it disappoints me, because I love these games. I always have. They've been a big part of my life growing up. I played them on PlayStation, I played them on Xbox, on a controller, and I loved it. And that's part of the reason of, those games are part of the reason of why I made the step up, and I'm sitting here now with this nice fancy wheelbase and Mclaren Rim, because of those games. And I do want to play them, but I just don't have no interest without VR support. Want that immersion, and I want that next best thing, which is having that VR headset on my head and having that immersion of being in an F1 car. So yeah, guys, that's where we're at. A little bit of a longer rant than normal on this topic, but it's something I'm passionate about. I know lots of you guys are passionate about it as well. I've seen all your comments. By all means, please feel free to drop a comment below. I love interacting with you guys, and it's nice seeing that people are just as passionate about this as I am. And hopefully, yes, we don't, well, I'm pretty much resigned to the fact that we have to wait another year until we at least get some form of VR support. But who knows? I'm here to be pleasantly surprised, but don't hold out much hope. But feel free to hit that like and subscribe button, guys. Turn those notifications on. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you for the next one.